What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Pentakill. Yes, indeed, Pentakill Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Black3142. And Black3142 wanted to see me react to this song by Pentakill called Lightbringer. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always the possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by League of Legends, no surprise there. And the video has 35.6 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Pentakill, Lightbringer, official audio. Wah, wah, wah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of the official page for League of Legends. Yeah. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're going to have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. League of Legends music. Yeah, I kind of got that idea. Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I like that chordal progression. This tempo.
Will you follow me tonight to break their spine and reclaim what once was mine? Those cravers backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Yeah, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the Lightbringer. Yeah. I am the Lightbringer. Now listen, fellow warriors.
Wow. Okay. First of all, I'm digging the tune. I'm really digging the tune. The slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like it. Snare on 2 and 4, really helping to push the song along, even at this slower tempo. The chordal progression, the main riff, the 1 down to the 7, down to the 4, up to the minor 6. So it's 1, minor 7, 4, minor 6. At this slower tempo, it works really good. And I like the fact that they stay on the 6. They don't go 6, 7, root again. I like that it just stays on the 6 and then resolves to the root. In a slower tempo like this, you really don't need a transition. You really don't. I'm glad they didn't, especially since the 7 was the transition down to the 4. It went 1, 7, 4, 6. So going back to the 7 again, I feel it would be kind of like repetitive. So, guitar tone on this, thick, crunchy. The pinch harmonics being utilized. There's a pattern. You know, there's a definite pattern. It's not hard to follow. But here's the thing: it's not being overly done. Like, it's not like they're doing pitch harmonics, you know, every single measure. No, they're doing pitch harmonics about every 4 measures. That's fine. I got no issue with that. Vocally, not just vocally, from a tonal standpoint, but even stylistically, I'm getting real shades of Ronnie James Dio. I'm not saying he sounds exactly like Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio was one of a kind, but like, I feel like he's trying to sound like Ronnie James Dio. And he's doing a good job. He's not doing it disrespectfully. It sounds good for this style of song. It sounds really good. When they go into what I believe is the chorus, going into that double time shuffle feel. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice transition. Unexpected. I didn't. If you were to ask me, if you were to tell me, okay, they're gonna go to double time, I would think, okay, so it's just gonna be a straight, you know, double time feel, you know, like comparatively to what they were doing, just like I wasn't expecting all those pickups. Was not expecting that at all. So having that double time shuffle feel, that's interesting. It's unexpected. It sounds good. So if I'm being honest, it's a little weird, but in a good way. It's a little strange in a good way, just because nobody, and I mean nobody, unless you've heard the song before. But if you're like me and you've never heard the song before, completely unexpected. Let's get back into this. Let's keep going. I love this part.
There's way more to avenge. 50 million souls.
Oh, that double kick.
In this realm without much hope. Not too long ago, this kingdom was a golden state of hope.
Are we gonna go back up and do it again? Guitar solo, right? Predictable. We're gonna go back into that straight time, or are we gonna do like a breakdown? Sounds like a breakdown. Sounds like we're going into a breakdown of some kind here. Man, they are following hard rock roadmap, hard rock songwriting roadmap 101. They really are. intro, verse, chorus, main riff, second verse, second chorus, guitar solo, breakdown, and on the breakdown, we will go into a third chorus. I'm willing to bet. So breakdown into third chorus, into outro. Outro, I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to do the outro. They may stay in that double time shuffle feel. It would make sense. Or they'll go back to that straight time heavy feel like they have in the verses. I don't know which one. Not sure. I'll bet you anything it's going to be one of those two. Anyway, let's see if I'm right. And one more time. Here, we're gonna go back into the chorus.
Call down the reckoning, bring back hope and peace, restore our glory to live forever. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace.
Okay, so I'm 1 for 1 so far.
To live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the Lightbringer.
How about outro? Oh, no outro. Down and the down, 6 to the 5 to the root, and just sustain and let it decay. No linear fade, just a natural decay. I like it. I like it. That makes sense. It makes sense. Doesn't need an outro. Doesn't need an outro. You could just do exactly what they did. Just a quick little 6 to the 5 to the root, and just sustain. And just let it resonate and ring and just naturally decay and fade on its own. Yeah. Yeah. I got no complaints. 0 complaints. Okay. I want to be very clear about that. I enjoyed this. I did. Now, how is this going to translate to a rating, to a score? I don't know. I need to think about that. I know how I personally feel, but looking at the song objectively, I'm not 100% sure where we are. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Pentakill with Lightbringer. This was a request from Black3142. Okay. Before I give my score, I need to be very clear about this. I enjoyed this song, okay? I really dug this song. It felt good. It sounded good. It's easy to groove to. It's easy to bop to. It is a banger of a tune, okay? Absolutely give credit where credit's due, and I absolutely do. And on a personal level, personally, I would score this a little bit higher, okay? I would not a ton higher, but I would bump it up a couple tenths of a point higher than this. I'm not going to say how many. Maybe it would be 0.2, maybe it'd be 0.5, maybe it'd be 0.7. It wouldn't be a full point. I don't know if I would go that far. But on a personal level, I would score this somewhere between 0.3 and 0.7 higher. Somewhere in there, on a personal level, okay? But looking at the song objectively, and keeping everything in perspective here, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.8. Yup, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, I have said this time and time before on the channel. I don't have to love a song to give it a great score. I don't. There's actually been a number of times where I've given scores, high scores, to songs that I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of. You know, I got on a personal level. I wasn't super thrilled with the song, but it's a great song though. You know, if you look at it objectively, it's a fantastic song. And I just personally, I may not necessarily like it that much. But I'll give it what the song deserves. On the flip side, I don't have to hate a song to give it a little bit of a lower score, you know? I thoroughly enjoyed the tune. I did, but I just don't, looking at it objectively, I just don't see how I can put this up into the 8s. I just don't. As much as I would love to, you know, on a personal level, absolutely, I would love to put this up in the 8s. But I can't justify it though. Like, let's take a look at the song, okay? They really followed Hard Rock Songwriting 101. They really did. Intro, verse, chorus, riff, verse, chorus, solo, breakdown, chorus. No outro, but they had a clean ending. That is Hard Rock Songwriting 101, boy. It really is. It was easy. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna use this word, and a lot of people use a lot of negative connotation when they hear this word. When they hear people use this word, if they use it, the first thing that pops in their mind is it's being used in a negative way. Predictability, okay? You could see where the song was going. You could predict. After the first verse was over and done, you knew from there on out exactly what was going to happen in the song. You knew where we were going to go. You knew what was coming, and you knew what was going to follow. And you could pretty much map out the rest of the song after that first chorus. Now, predictable, yes, absolutely. Is that a bad thing? Honestly, no, it's not a bad thing. There is a certain level of comfort that comes with familiarity, which is where predictability comes from. You listen to a certain style of music. It doesn't matter what bands are in that style. Those bands are going to follow this, for the most part, they're going to follow a certain structure, okay? And when you follow that structure, from band to band, you get a sense of relief, you get a sense of familiarity, which leads to, when you do guess correctly, a sense of accomplishment. Now look, it's a false sense of accomplishment because you really didn't accomplish anything other than guess where it's going to go next. But it still gives you that feel-good feeling of, I guessed correctly. You know what I mean? So is there anything wrong with predictability? No, honestly, there really isn't. As long as you're able to take every song in stride and hold every song to its own accomplishments. Now, when you take other songs that follow the same format and you blend them all together and you say, well, this sounds like, 100 other songs that I've heard from this band, this band, this band, this band, and this band. Well, you know what? That's kind of on you because you're the one making that conscious decision to put all of those songs into one box, rather than give each song its due. It is predictable. Yes, it is, but they did it well. They did it very well. I love the feel on this song more than anything else. The verses, my favorite part of the entire song. Don't get me wrong, the chorus is nice, okay? We're going to talk about the chorus in a little bit, but the verses were really nice. The first verse, straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. And it was heavy. It was heavy and driving in a slower, more subtle way, but still driving nonetheless, like a march. On the second verse, they kicked in the double kick. Oh yeah, that was fun. That was nice. I liked that, boy. I loved the verses on this. I really did. The verses were without question my favorite part of the song. The choruses. Now I will say, when we talked about the word predictability, I will say this. I had a feeling they were going to go and kick it up into a double time feel. I saw that coming. I did not see the shuffle feel that was added into it. I could not have guessed that. That would have been one of the farthest things from my mind, would be a double time shuffle feel for the chorus. Never in a million years would I have guessed that. So that was a very pleasant surprise, okay? They absolutely pulled a rabbit out of the hat on that one. And I'm sitting there going, how did they do that? Well, magicians never tell their secrets, you know. They managed to do it though, boy. They absolutely did. But from there on out, you know, second verse, second chorus, guitar solo was done well. I had no issue with it. Breakdown section, kind of bring things down a little bit. Leading in, transitioning into the third chorus with the chorus line, but still brought down and suppressed. I think that was really smart. A lot of bands have done that in the past. One of the most notable, and I'm going to talk about this band at length in just a little bit, Dio. And then the song kicked in fully for the third chorus, ended with that riff, that 6 to the 5 to the root, and then the way they let it just resonate and naturally decay without pulling a linear fade. Thank goodness. I was so glad they didn't do a linear fade. I was thinking to myself, I wonder how they're going to end this. Because I could see an outro where they just riff for a little bit and they end like they did, or, oh God, I hope they don't do this. They're going to continue to just do the riff and riff and riff, and they're going to pull a linear fade out of laziness. Thank God they didn't do that. Musicianship across the board, I thought the musicianship was really well done. Guitar sounded nice, bass sounded good, drumming was clean. Vocally, I think the vocalist did a fine job. I do. I think he was trying a little too hard to sound like Ronnie James Dio. Don't get me wrong, he did a fine job trying to emulate. Let's be clear. There is only one Ronnie James Dio. There will only ever be one Ronnie James Dio. And people try to sound like him. Some get close, but no one ever sounds exactly like Ronnie James Dio. I'm sorry. I don't think that will ever happen. This guy tried, okay? I will give him credit. Maybe he should think about, trying to focus more on, singing like himself, I just couldn't help but notice some of those, throwouts to Ronnie James Dio, like the vibrato, coming up from the root to the major 7 to the root, stuff like that with the vibrato sustain. It's such a Ronnie James Dio move. It really is. But he sounded good. The vocals, I will say this, the vocal style fit the style of the song like a glove. It absolutely did. On top of that, good tone, good power, good projection, good pitch. So no complaints there whatsoever. It's a really good song overall. Okay, it absolutely is. I would love to be able to say it's a great song. In my personal opinion, subjectively, oh yeah, this is a great tune. This is a great tune. Actually, I would put this up in the 8th, absolutely, on a personal level. And like I said, on a personal level, I would score this somewhere between 0.3 and 0.7 higher. So take that for what it's worth. In my own opinion, it's somewhere between, an 8.2 to an 8.5, somewhere in there, Take your guess, don't ask me what it would be. I'm not going to tell you, okay? Just, be confident that, my own personal opinion, somewhere in there. But looking at the song objectively, I just can't put it up in the 8s. As much as I would love to, I can't justify it. So, but it's getting a really high, really good. It's up there on the really goods. So, yeah, 7.8. That's exactly where we need to be. In closing, I did my first reaction to Pentakill a while ago, and people in the comments, as I mentioned in the comments that in my review, I think I was thinking about getting into this game. And a lot of people in the comments said, yeah, you should. But then I got a lot of messages privately on Patreon and in my email and on Instagram, and they all said the same thing: don't. It's become one of the most toxic games out there. And I'm like, never mind. I don't want toxicity in my life. No, I'm good. I'm good. I enjoy gaming. I do. I'm not a super competitive gamer when it comes to like online gaming. I know a lot of people are. A lot of people want to be, the best, and they want to have, they want to be the top DPS, and they want to be on the top team, and they want to be ranked, internationally and stuff like that. I have zero interest in doing any of that. I just want to have fun. I just want to get on a game and enjoy it. And that's honestly why I don't play online games. There's two I used to play. There's one I'm currently playing. Not right now, but I can't discuss it. But there's I used to be a big fan of DC Universe Online until it became an absolute cesspool money pit. Ever since Daybreak Games took over, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. The entire game has turned into a giant money grab, and I'm not in favor of that kind of game, guys. I'm just not. So I don't play that game anymore. There's another online game I've discussed at length in other videos. I cannot discuss them right now, or their software company, for a reason I'm not allowed to get into. But in any case, I do enjoy that game. For those of you that know the game I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But the idea of getting into online gaming again just really does not appeal to me, because I don't want to deal with the drama and I don't want to deal with the toxicity. So I stick to mostly offline gaming now, which is kind of a bummer, because I did like the social interaction when it was positive and when it is positive. But no, I'm not there for toxicity, guys. It's just not my style. Anyway, for those of you who are saying, are you playing League of Legends yet? No. And honestly, folks, I probably am never going to. So put your minds at ease. Anyway, 7.8. I feel good about that score for this song, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.